Hi, I'm Caroline, and this is the second vlog in a vlog series I'm making about my tumor before and after surgery. If you hear squeaking, that's my boyfriend sitting on a squeaky computer chair. Sorry about that. I got diagnosed in early fall 2016 with primary hyperparathyroidism. I talked in the first vlog about some of it, but not the whole thing, because there's a kind of big story, maybe, and mistakes were made on both parts, to say at least. I said in the last vlog that I went to my doctor and asked to get gastric bypass surgery, and I went to a nutritionist who said that I had to take a blood test in order to be a candidate, or whatever I'm supposed to call it, which I did, and I chose the gastric bypass surgery because after trying and never losing weight, and having so many health issues that got blamed always on either being overweight or being depressed, I figured if I lose weight, maybe I will lose the depression amongst the pain, the fatigue, and loss of hair and everything. A couple of days after I had taken the blood test, a doctor called me on the phone, and he said that they had gotten the results back and there was a lot of stuff wrong with my test. And I was like, what? And he said he can't discuss it on the phone. He will refer me to another doctor that knows more about it. Not to worry, kinda. And I was like, okay. It's probably my vitamin D. I know I'm low in vitamin D and iron. Then I didn't hear anything from the hospital for a few weeks. Isak and I went to my dad's 50th birthday party. We had a great time and we got back on Sunday. Went to the mailbox and there were 2 letters in the mail from the hospital. The first one I opened was an appointment with the other doctor that I had been referred to. And then I opened up the second letter and I found it actually. So when I got the letter, it said, your blood tests show, amongst other things, low iron and vitamin D. We recommend you start with, and then the, what is it called? The supplements for both iron and vitamin D, and how much I should take daily. And then the next paragraph says, you will also be contacted by doctor number 2 for further testing and treatment of primary hyperparathyroidism. Sincerely, the hospital's name. And I had never heard of primary hyperparathyroidism, or any hyperparathyroidism for that matter. So of course I googled it, and I googled the Norwegian name for it, didn't check my sources, and got a bit freaked out when I read that there is a 20% probability that I have cancer. At this point, I was a bit confused. So I had like I think it was like half an hour where I couldn't get a word out to Isaac, who was kind of freaking out because I was crying for 2 minutes because, oh my god, I might have cancer, and then laughing hysterically because I might have cancer, and the hospital decided the best way to let me know was through a piece of paper. So I was laughing and then I was crying, and that went on for about half an hour until Isaac calmed me down a bit, and then I called my mom and she freaked out a bit, didn't know what to say. I called my dad, who freaked out and didn't know what to say, and then I called my stepmom. Her daughter got diagnosed with cancer when she was 13, so she probably knew something about it, but my stepmom, she has this quality I wish I had, the ability to rise above, to handle when shit goes south. So while I am paralyzed by my fear and can't do shit, she's the kind of person who's like, okay, shit happens, what do we do now? I went to the doctor they referred me to, and he said, basically just sat me down in his office. There was no tests being taken that day, and he just said, you have a tumor. And then I was like, wait, what? I thought there would be testing, and it wasn't. He explained to me how it worked, and like what happened in the body with the whole tumor and the hormones and the calcium. So I understood that. And then he told me there is one problem, and that we have 4 parathyroid glands, and there's probably not more than 1 or 2 that's like that there is something wrong with. There is like probably not more than 1 or 2. So I was like, okay. And then we had to do some tests to figure out which one it was, and it was the bottom right one, I think. And that's kind of the story of how they figured out that I have a tumor. Yay! Okay, so that's it for this time. If you like this or are interested in more, then hit that subscribe button. Okay, thank you so much and goodbye.